Hey folks, welcome into some WNBA action on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Sky going up against the Las Vegas Aces. I'm Blake Suniga, and with me at the broadcast table are Tim Swartz and Brian Banafitemi. Let's get these WNBA playoffs going with the quarterfinals. Game 1. It's the top seed hosting the 8th seed. Any chance for a major upset here, guys?
Personally, I doubt it. I mean, this 1 seed has dominated all season long. I think they're the team to beat in these playoffs, but remember, it's just a 3-game series, so some serious variance in play.
Start out with the ball. Pass to Reese. Atkins. And a miss there on the triple.
Hard to figure out why she didn't bury that one. I'm a defender near her.
And the basket is good.
Few players better than Wilson inside, has a rare combo of touch and length, plus the desire to beat you.
Vandersloot outside. Atkins, guarded by Young. The 3, and it's Atkins missing.
They had some box coverage that turned into no coverage.
And when she's open like that, you don't see her miss that sort of look very often.
On offense, here the Sky. Vandersloot outside. Here's Banham. They get it back. Doubled by Wilson. Atkins with it. Now Young defending. 5 to shoot. Pass to Atkins. Takes the 3. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Oh, they needed that one. Their first make in 5 attempts to start this game.
Here's Gray. And here's Wilson. It's hauled in by Reese.
That's the kind of D that's needed when she's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over her.
Vandersloot outside. Pass to Banham. Now it's Reese. From deep, Ariel Atkins. Ariel Atkins can't get that one to fall. On the wing, Jewel Lloyd. From downtown, they get it back. Here's Wilson. Got her with the pump fake, just couldn't finish.
And now they're 1 for 5 to start this game, having trouble getting it going.
Banham, no good. The 15-footer. That doesn't go either for Asia Wilson. Here's Chicago now. Pass to Vandersloot. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Right side, using the post moves to get the 2 points.
And Wilson likes asserting her dominance inside, just brushing off the defense.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Now Banham. Inside, Reese. Nice defense from Asia Wilson.
Bodied her up and made her alter the trajectory of the shot that time.
Definitely. Some very sound defense played on that trip down.
Now here's Gray. It's good, and she makes her first shot of the game.
Using a soft touch and a purposeful offensive approach, Gray's able to finish around the basket in a variety of ways.
Here's Vandersloot. She hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Screened by Cardoso. And it's Atkins missing.
Yeah, she's been off her game this quarter. Just hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go down.
Here's Lloyd. And the Aces tack on 2 more.
That's what makes Lloyd so dangerous. She scores everywhere on the floor, even places like the mid-range.
And they're looking for some kind of spark here.
Yeah, cold stretch offensively. They need a bucket.
And so it looks like the Sky will retain possession here.
For the Sky, Michaela Onyenwerde. Kiev Nurse.
On defense, the Aces. They lead by 4. Chicago again missing.
They got that one, but early on, they're struggling to secure the boards.
But it's still early. I wouldn't read too much into it. Still plenty of game ahead.
Yeah, time to get that right.
Bucket is good.
Please, please don't take your eyes off her because she can make plays from multiple spots on the floor.
Now here's Vandersloot. First outside. 6 to shoot. Pass to Cardoso. Vandersloot launches it. And out of bounds, the Aces will take it.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Gray. Comes up empty from 19 feet out.
You just assume she's going to knock those down when she's as open as she was there.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Aces ahead, up 6. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And guys, what's your take on the Aces so far?
Defense paying dividends for them through 1.
Coach has to be happy about their effort on that and just a lot of hustle.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Man, that's one of the few mistakes they've made this half. Turnovers haven't really been an issue for them yet.
Gray defending. Pass to Onyenwede. Off target from outside. The Aces with the lead. Left side, Parker Tyus. Williams with the double team. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession, so we'll have a jump ball. Inside. He's guarded by Parker Tyus. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Here's Gray. That one falls.
I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
That might make the defense even worse, but that's 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed from right around the rim.
Now here's Williams. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her. Tyus outside. Gray. Pass to Wilson. Count that as her 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now. I mean, there's more holes in their defense than in a block of Swiss cheese.
Man, this made me hungry, but that's right. 5 of their last 6 makes are being tight. They've established themselves inside. Where's the cheese? Trusting in her shot. Onyenwede ready to drain it as soon as she got the feed.
Pass to Young. Now Lloyd. Here's Parker Tyus. She's guarded by Williams. Here's Wilson. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
Some defensive breakdowns happening now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
And giving up these high percentage shot attempts, it's not going to get it done. They need to figure it out. Well, you just can't give her that kind of position in the post.
When she gets in that good of a position, it's just so hard to stop her.
Now here's Parker Tyus. Count it.
You know, they've been extremely efficient and effective getting the ball inside.
Totally. I mean, we're seeing some real shortcomings from this defense. They've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
The Shot by Onyenwere, no good. Here's Young. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Wow. I mean, come on. That's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, it's just nowhere to be found.
They have to start committing more bodies down low. Good possession resulting in the easy one down low.
There's the steal. And just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. For three, Onyenwere, shot is good.
She's really getting involved in the offense here after being held without a single point in the first quarter.
Chelsea Gray for three. Rebounded by Kia Nurse. Sky trail. Gray defending. To the left side wing. No good on the three. Now the Aces with it. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Parker Tyus, good.
Now they've bumped up their field goal percentage into the high 50s.
No, they really should be winning, shooting it like that. They're scoring the ball with tremendous efficiency.
Time called here. The Sky decide to talk it over. For Chicago. Outside Atkins. Phantom. Pass to Vandersloot. Shot clock at 5. Chicago again missing.
A good job on the glass. They're working inside.
They're battling, and that's helped them craft this lead.
It set a tone for the team.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Atkins banked in off the glass.
The level of creativity Atkins shows sometimes is flat out special. Love to see her get tricky with it.
Outside Young. Parker Tyus covered by Cardoso. Wilson right side. Can't hit from in close. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Aces ahead. They're up by 4. We'll be right back to the action when we return.
You know what time it is. It's time for your fan half-court shot. Please direct your attention to center court. Drums. And measuring up the shot. Oh, give it up for the participants.
Welcome back. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. One of the stories here, Asia Wilson getting it done today.
Everything is magnified in a game like this, and with the microscope squarely on her as their go-to player, she came up huge in the first half.
That's what she's known for. Her ability to raise her game, depending on the situation, is, to me, what sets her apart from the rest of the pack.
The Aces with the lead. Here's Gray, not wasting any time in taking the shot and hitting it.
The mechanics of Gray's jumper, when you break them down, are unshakable. The team's confidence in her abilities is well placed.
And Chelsea Gray is going to pick up the foul. That's her first foul. Here's Cardoso. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Banham's shot is good.
Easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Gray outside. And so it looks like the Aces will retain possession here. Chicago on D. It's a three-point game. Lloyd with the bucket.
Well, with an accurate and smooth three-point shot, you have to take Lloyd very seriously beyond the arc.
Pass to Banham. Now here's Cardoso. He's guarded by Parker Tyus. Shot clock at 3. Shoots from 14. Las Vegas grabs the miss. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
Well, controlling the boards, they're +5 in that category.
Yeah, and look, rebounding, it's not a glamour stat, but you look at the scoreboard and you see the result.
Now here's Vandersloot. Pass to Cardoso. From deep, Ariel Atkins. And again, it's the sky from deep.
And I think Atkins is the type of player that is equally effective on or off the ball.
Parker Tyus, covered by Cardoso. A shot by Parker Tyus, no good. It's stolen by Jackie Young. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Wilson. Good, and it's Chelsea Gray who picks up the assist.
With a great understanding of what to do in the open floor, I gotta admire the recognition of Wilson to get out and after it.
Now it's Reese. The fadeaway. Rebounded by Drew Lloyd. And the Aces with possession. Leading by 5. And here we go, the sky fast break. Outside Reese. Chicago again missing. Here's Wilson. And she uses the glass on the layup.
Capable of simply monster nights, Wilson is a true front court player. Does almost all of her damage close to the bucket.
Now a timeout called by Chicago. Right around 3 minutes into this second half. Right wing, trying her luck from deep. Lloyd grabs the board.
And they continue to control the glass.
I think they've been the more physical team, guys, and that's why they're ahead.
Usually the more physical, more aggressive team wins the game.
Pass to Cardoso. Doubled by Wilson. And stolen by Asia Wilson. The shot will not fall. Wilson with the steal. Over Reese. The Aces with another miss. Chicago trailing here. Gray brings the double team. Outside Atkins. Pass to Banham. Just 5 on the clock. Tries to snap the cold streak. Drains it from beyond the arc.
As long as they keep spraying them from deep, we're going to have ourselves an exciting finish.
Well, it took them a while, but they're getting hot from outside just at the right time.
Yeah, the great shooters, they know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice there.
Yeah, not very good defensive coverage that time. The T got lucky.
Now here's Atkins. He has 5. Offline with the 3. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Wilson. Chicago with the rebound. Guarded by Young. Pass to Atkins. Drops in the tray.
And add another three-pointer to their second half total.
They came out of the break dropping bombs and are just not letting up.
You'll love to see that.
Here's Cardoso. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Ariel Atkins.
That's a good look. That is a good look. And she'll make that one most of the time.
And we have just finished the third quarter, and a tight game we've got. It's the Sky, leading by just 1. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Here's Vandersloot. Here's the pick. This one for 3. Asia Wilson grabs the board.
Well, despite her ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options.
From down in the low post, it goes.
Good ball movement. She put that pass in the ideal spot, and I can guarantee you her teammate appreciated it.
Now here's Vandersloot. Fires from deep. Wilson pulls it down.
She can't get anything to drop. And the way she's going, it's probably not something she could try to shoot her way out of.
And I'm sure her teammates would agree with that. You know, the last thing they want to see her doing is shooting it.
Back to Vandersloot. And she takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Figuring out ways to score inside at 5'8". Vandersloot has multiple ways to finish.
Ray, no good.
Yeah, remember that. Man, that's not an opportunity. She fails to convert very often.
About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
You're right. 3 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Looking to get it going. And it's good on the lay-in.
Her performance has been so important to them, as dependable as ever, guys.
And so it's Chicago with it. First outside. She tries for 3. Las Vegas grabs the miss. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Chelsea Gray for 3. Chelsea Gray missing again. And it's the Sky ball. Williams sets the screen. Out to Vandersloot. The 3 ball. Asia Wilson grabs the board.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds.
And that hard work on the boards needs to continue. That could be what swings this game.
Timeout called the Sky. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it. Pass to Atkins. Back to Cardoso. Vandersloot. No good on the triple. Here's Gray. And that one good. Cheyenne Parkatias with the dime.
Big bucket in a big situation. These kinds of plays come second nature to Gray.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Outside Atkins. To end the run. To the right side. Pass to Banham. 6 on the shot clock. From outside, off the mark.
Closing down on leads is done by making smart plays on offense and taking care of the rock. it's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that one.
Oh, it's blocked by Parker Tyus. Here's Lloyd. And she lays it straight in.
Scoring inside, Lloyd able to do it despite being under 6 feet.
Atkins with it. Vandersloot outside. To the paint. Jewel Lloyd with the steal. Now here's Wilson. Reese defending. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Wilson missing.
The clock's their worst enemy now.
Yeah, they need to work very quickly.
And once again off the mark by Chicago. Here's Lloyd. Outside Young. Pass to Gray. Now Wilson. And a foul called on the shot. Got her on the way up that time, so she'll shoot 2.
First team foul.
Love how tenacious Wilson is, just daring defenders to foul her on the way up.
He hits the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. So she gets them both, and it's a 9-point game here.
Now that's how you close a game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
Timeout called the Sky.
Well, I'm sure that the coach is telling him it ain't over till it's over, but I think it is.
Yeah, Tim, it's not looking good for them. It's got to be a quick bucket, a quick foul, and then see what happens.
I guess miracles do happen sometimes, Brian.
Ariel Atkins has the open look, and a kind roll that time on the rim as that one falls in. This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
All you have to do is work the clock, take care of the ball, and it's a wrap, hit the showers.
I like how sudden Lloyd can be. Pulling up on the dime to take her shot.
Out to the left wing. Here's Banham. Offensive board. Courtney Vandersloot for 3. Pass to Banham. Shoots the 3. From the arc, can't get it to fall. So the Aces win it, and that'll wrap it up.
Your Las Vegas Aces.
Hey folks, welcome into some WNBA action on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Las Vegas Aces against the Chicago Sky. In the booth with Tim Swartz and Brian Benefitemi, I'm Blake Suniga, and we're glad to have you along for the ride. Well, the better seed winning game 1, holding serve at home.
These home fans know they have to be that extra factor tonight to extend this series.
No doubt. So I expect their home squad to come out with fire and a lot of passion.
Pass to Reese. Over to the left wing. Courtney Vandersloot for 3. Out to Atkins. And here's Banham. Now Vandersloot. Back to Atkins. 6 on the shot clock to the left side wing. Banham, no good.
You don't want to give up that kind of look often.
They're very lucky they didn't get burned.
Here's Wilson. Hits the front of the rim and out.
A real defensive lapse there. She's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. They're lucky she didn't punish her there.
Now here's Vandersloot. And here's Ariel Atkins outside. And that comes off the assist by Courtney Vandersloot.
Took them a while to get going. They finally connect on their 4th shot of the game.
They'll stay Gray for 3. They get the rebound. And Wilson gets it to go.
Gotta appreciate the hustle. Wilson doing whatever she can to keep possessions alive.
Now here's Vandersloot. Gray defending. On deep, Ariel Atkins. And again, it's Chicago with a 3.
What are they thinking, leaving her with all that space out there? Don't they know that that's pretty much a layup for her?
She's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting that ball to the rim.
Now here's Vandersloot. Out to Atkins. Takes the 3. Rebound Cheyenne Parker-Tyus. Lloyd from long range. Good on the 3-point shot.
And the ball handling moves of Jewel Lloyd are just so clever. She has no problem getting creative out there.
Vandersloot with it. Gray defending. And it's Asia Wilson with the foul. That's her first foul.
First team foul.
Here in the first with just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to Banham. Reese. Shot clock at 5. Banham covered by Lloyd. Jacks up a 3.
And I like how tight the defense from Lloyd was there. She really affected the shot.
Banham, no good. Here's Gray. And the layup's good off the glass.
Her shooting percentage is through the roof right now. What a great start to this game.
Outside Reese. Cardoso up top. Shot to stop the run. Rebound by the Aces. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing in control.
Pass to Gray. Fires from deep. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jackie Young.
She's looking good. 3 of 4 so far.
Chicago trailing here. Here's Atkins. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Now here's Gray. She's got 7. Pass to Parker-Tyus. Lloyd. Wilson outside. Over Reese. And again, it's Las Vegas.
Attention to detail is what separates Wilson from a lot of the league. Her success is no accident.
Here's Banham. No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. And that one's good. Atkins.
She has been fantastic this quarter, and it's just the kind of effort they need if they're going to continue to trim the opponent's lead right here.
And it's Lloyd missing. And here is Vandersloot. Pass to Reese. She nails it, and we're tied up.
Superb assist. She was crafty, creative, and the ultimate teammate on that play.
Here's Gray. For the basket, her 4th, and she's only missed 1 of her 5 shots tonight.
And Gray getting it done on the inside. Like seeing her be so aggressive, looking to score from that spot on the court.
To the paint. Here's Vandersloot. And it's blocked by Asia Wilson. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Aces ahead. They lead by 2. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. A close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on the Aces so far?
A lot of shots in close from them early. Good sign.
It's a lot easier to get buckets inside, and they've done that through one.
The Aces leading. Here's Gray. Got her with the pump fake, just couldn't finish. Past Onion Wade for three. Las Vegas grabs the miss. Jackie Young from outside. And that one coming off an assist by Cheyenne Parker-Tyus.
A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
Now here's Onion Wade. Gray brings the double team. Fires the three. The shot that time not on target. Down low. Wilson. Down it goes. Her third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
A bruiser in the painted area. Wilson also has a soft touch.
Chicago again missing. Over to the wing. From 17 feet out. And the Aces tack on 2 more.
That's a nice bucket. They're really playing intelligently.
They really are, and even though it's not a huge lead they've got, they're definitely in charge.
Kind of get that feeling, Brian, that team is playing so well.
Now here's Williams. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. 6 to shoot. Past Onion Wade. But they recover it. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Young shot is off. And so it's Chicago with it. Nothing offensively from them yet in this second quarter. Wilson pulls it down.
No getting around the fact that that's a shot she has to knock down.
Lets it go. That one a little long. Onion Wade with it. Now Young defending. Nurse up top. Over Gray. Chicago again missing. Now the Aces with it. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Back to Lloyd. Fires for 3. The Aces with another miss. It's stolen by Parker-Tyus. Pass to Wilson. And she can't extend the lead to double digits. Chicago with the ball. 9-point game. Now here's Williams. Started by Young. Lets it go from 14. Williams can't get it to go.
That's a shot she's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
Young shot's good.
And this is how you finish through contact. Young showing some strength.
Time called here. The Sky decide to talk it over. Chicago. And so it's Chicago with it. They trail by 11. Pass to Banham. And here's Cardoso. Outside Atkins. Shot to stop the drought. Some solid defense from Jackie Young.
That's rough. No one to blame but herself. She should definitely scored that time. I don't know what happened.
It's not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. Just too many looks from in close.
You know, usually when teams give up runs like this, it's because they allow chances from inside. Make them beat you from deep.
And that's a foul called on Cheyenne Parker-Tyus. That is her first foul of the game. Here's Cardoso. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Screen by Cardoso. For 3.
Look, just not as much success from behind the arc here. I'd expect them to try to work it inside a little bit more as the game goes on.
And that one's good. Gray.
Well, you gotta like her shot selection today. She set the bar for the rest of the team.
Now here's Vandersloot. Pass to Atkins. Shoots the three. Wilson pulls it down.
Yeah, somebody must have turned the AC on because after that great first quarter from outside, she's cooled down here.
They aren't taking their foot off the pedal. They just keep on adding to their score.
Yeah, I mean, it's never a good idea to back off, and it doesn't look like that thought has even crossed their mind.
Credit the head coach for pushing this team.
Now here's Vandersloot. From deep, Ariel Atkins. That's good, and so Courtney Vandersloot gets the assist.
If you were looking only at the way she's played offensively, you'd think her team was ahead.
And Gray gets it to go.
An extremely high basketball IQ allows Gray to be the type of special playmaker we're seeing today.
Now Atkins. 15 points in the game. Courtney Vandersloot for three. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. The Aces on top, leading by 17. And we'll see you right after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. Well, it's been a one-sided affair through the first two quarters, but there is plenty of time to mount a comeback. Chelsea Gray just dominant in this game.
Everything is magnified in a game like this, and with the microscope squarely on her as their go-to player, she came up huge in the first half.
That's what she's known for. Her ability to raise her game, depending on the situation, is, to me, what sets her apart from the rest of the pack.
Stolen by Cardoso. Outside Atkins. And stolen by Asia Wilson. Here's Young. The shot's good on the assist by Jewel Lloyd.
Now that's a quick bucket. She's very solid in transition.
Well, she does love the chance to get out and run.
Vandersloot outside. Lloyd comes with the double team. Vandersloot outside. Just 5 on the clock. Puts up a three. Kept alive. Cardoso. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
Where was the box out? Some easy second chance points.
Those kinds of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
Back to Gray. Launches it. A rebound by Camila Cardoso. A challenging stretch for Chicago here. Pass to Vandersloot. Here's Cardoso. Atkins. Now here's Vandersloot. Launches a three. Rachel Bannon, and that's good.
No one is better than Vandersloot at recognizing and picking out open teammates. She has out of this world court vision.
Wilson can't hit. Here's Vandersloot. Quiet so far offensively, searching for first points of the game. Atkins up top, pass to Banham. From deep. Tries to keep it alive. The offensive rebound. Back to Atkins. From deep. And she's good on the three ball.
They've gotten a lot of good looks and have been absolutely lethal from behind the three-point line.
Defensively, they have to get out there. Even if it opens up some driving lanes, they just can't keep giving up these open looks.
Here's Banham, covered by Lloyd. Outside Reese. Pass to Banham. There's the triple. Rebound by the Aces. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Jackie Young on the wing. Back to Wilson. And here's Banham. Out to Atkins. Vandersloot. The three-pointer off the mark.
This has been a brutal day for her. She still has not made one shot. Not a single one. No wonder they're struggling.
Now here's Atkins. 18 points for her. Double team on Courtney Vandersloot. Cardoso covered by Lloyd. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Lloyd. That's her first foul. Now a timeout called by Chicago.
Chicago timeout call.
Single digits.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic, and it's a big part of why they've been able to get good looks.
Absolutely, the defense unable to react quickly enough to deal with their passes.
Playing with an advanced feel for the game, Gray doesn't usually force shots, and she reacts to defense as well.
One shot.
Gray defending. Pass to Cardoso. And she gets the bucket.
A sensational run has them on the verge of tying it up or maybe even taking the lead.
It's been an unreal turnaround, and I'm going to credit their defense right along with their offense for giving them the spark they needed.
It has been, on both sides of the court, what they've needed.
And here's Onion Wade. Now Nurse. He's guarded by Parker Tyus. A shot by Nurse, no good. Here's Las Vegas, leading by 12. Outside Young. Over Onion Wade. And the shot no good, a bit short. Pass to Nurse, beyond the arc. Unable to get that one to go. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. The Aces on top. They lead by 12. And after a quick break, we're coming right back with the start of the fourth quarter. Welcome back as the fourth quarter is right ahead. Not exactly a close contest here. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Those are teammates who clearly know each other's moves very well.
Gray outside. Pass to Lloyd. Now Wilson. The shot's good on the assist by Jewel Lloyd.
I'd say you're fooling yourself if you think Wilson's afraid of a little contact, because she'll go up against anybody.
Here's Williams. Back to Vandersloot. Lets it go from deep. He's off on that one. And here are the Aces now. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead.
Great defense right there to prevent one of the best finishers in the league from converting in close.
Now a timeout called by Chicago. Here's Vandersloot. Just outside. Off the mark, had a chance there to trim it to single digits. Here's Wilson. Rejected by Elizabeth Williams. And that's out of bounds. Las Vegas will retain possession. Here's Lloyd. Kicks it out to Wilson.
Yeah, she's been off her game this quarter. Just hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go down.
Pass to Vandersloot. Take by Reese. 5 to shoot from the arc. Rebound by the Aces.
She keeps trying to force it up when she's guarded, and she's just getting brick after brick. Here's my suggestion. Move the ball around.
Now here's Nurse. Chicago again missing.
She has slipped into a real funk here.
Definitely. The basket is not looking very big to her at this point.
Well, that's a good end to a not-so-good possession.
Time called here. The Sky decide to talk it over. Chicago with the ball. It's a 14-point game. It's Ariel Atkins with the drive. Out to Vandersloot. They need this. It's rebounded by Young.
The defense has to be real thrilled to see her keep shooting those threes. She has been brutal this half. Nice find from Young. Her 6 feet height helps her get clean passes off, gives her a great view of the court as well.
Now here's Vandersloot. Right wing. Here's Banham. Drills it from outside.
They come out of halftime smoking hot from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and as hot as they are from out there, there's absolutely no reason not to just keep letting them fly.
I agree, Brian. We should all have the green light.
Here's Banham. Crosses over. It's stolen by Parker Tyus. Three-pointer, Jackie Young. Good, and it's Chelsea Gray who picks up the assist.
Well, usually she's providing the pass. Young has to be happy to be on the receiving end of a catch and shoot. More than willing to fire.
Here's Cardoso. And she can't answer back the three-pointer offline. Here's Wilson. Soft touch off the glass.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is safe.
I don't know if I'd call it 100% secure, but at least 98%.
I'll go 99.2.
Now here's Vandersloot. Reese inside. She's guarded by Wilson. And it's good. 2 points. Not watching the line there, and that'll be a backcourt violation.
Substitution on the court.
Gray defending. Pass to Williams. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
You have to make sure your feet are set. When you set those screens, they'll get you for it.
I thought maybe she was set. Now, I know that's a difficult call to make, but I think maybe they got that one wrong.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
They are just not backing off, and they're going to close this one out in style. What a surge.
Give them credit just to finish this one off.
And the Aces with possession. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. A nice shot by Wilson.
Yeah, good luck. If you're the player who has to guard her, it is never going to be an easy night.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Williams. And it's Wilson with the foul. That'll be her second foul of the game.
First team foul. Into the lineup for Chicago. Number 12. Michaela.
Out to the right wing. It's good, and she drew the contact on the shot, so she'll go to the line. A three-point play opportunity.
For your Chicago Sky, Michaela Onyeabwene. Shooting one.
Let the game come to you. Drive the kick, baby. I'll be there.
Gray with it. From outside the arc. And the aces, another three. And so the Las Vegas Aces have won the series.
What an incredible accomplishment.
We would
Getting
like to thank
the
all fans for making it
WNBA
out to
Finals.
tonight's event.
I'm just telling the
Please
players
exit the building
enjoy
carefully
this.
and drive
Every
home
player
safely.
in the world dreams getting to a finals.
It's just so difficult to win a series. To even get to this point, to take the next step, hats off to this team.
And now they get a crack at the title, which is absolutely awesome. All the hard work from everyone, whether it was the coaches, the players, the front office, the fans, they all had a big part in helping this team get to this point.
And that'll do it tonight in the WNBA playoffs. For my broadcast partners, Brian Banafitemi and Tim Swartz, I'm Blake Suniga. Thanks for joining us tonight, and we'll see you next time for another playoff game. Hello and welcome to this 2K Sports presentation of the WNBA. And tonight it'll be the Atlanta Dream going up against the Las Vegas Aces. Here with Tim Swartz and Brian Banafitemi, I'm Blake Suniga, and it's good to have you with us. Let's get the WNBA semifinals rolling here. A spot in the finals on the line, a best-of-5 series. So Tim, what's the key for game one?
Tonight is about getting comfortable early. I'm really interested in the game plans. Will they be similar to the regular season? Either way, this is a huge one.
Yeah, you can't stumble out of the gates in this one. Remember, this is a 5-game series, so you don't get too much time to make up a deficit.
Las Vegas will get the first possession. Pulls up. And it's Atlanta with the rebound.
The defense can't make a habit of giving her that shot. She just doesn't miss many of them.
And now the Aces on the break. Young shot's good.
Good make to get things underway.
Yeah, and always a relief to get those first points out of the way and up on the board.
Yeah, let's play some basketball.
Pass to Gray. Beyond the arc. Buries it from three-point range.
Just set her up. Gray, always looking to shoot it.
Jackie Young from outside. And it's Ryan Howard with the rebound. Now here is Canada. Gray defending. Sinks the three-pointer.
Good ball movement. She put that pass in the ideal spot, and I can guarantee you her teammate appreciates it.
And the basket by Lloyd.
The handles on Lloyd are nasty, and she just thrives at going straight to the hoop.
Outside Canada. Jones. Good. And Jordan Canada gets the assist.
Those 2 points, almost a sure thing when they're able to get the ball inside to that position.
And there's the call on Ryan Howard. That's her first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
First quarter and about a minute and a half in. Lloyd, Gray defending. Vader on the way. Lloyd, no good. Pass to Canada. And here is Jones. Now here's Howard. And again, Atlanta with the triple.
I mean, that's just too easy for Howard. Is the defense going to rush her off the three-point line, or is she going to make these all night long?
Now here's Gray. Outside Young. Back to Gray. Launches a three. Buries the long-range jumper.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I wasn't sure they should try to get the three right back like that, but hey, it worked out for them.
Here's Howard. She has 6. And Jones gets it to go.
They wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're locked in right now, really making the most out of their possessions.
I love the game plan from this coach.
The defenders didn't really even get a sniff of her on that move to the iron.
Pass to Jones. And here is Gray, covered by Lloyd. Now Howard. Now Jones. She's guarded by Wilson. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot, and will go to the line.
Love the physical play from Jones, going up hard inside.
First one falls for her.
Well, Jones is known for a physical style of play, but what often gets overlooked is her footwork, which she skillfully uses to create easy buckets.
And good on both. The Aces trailing. Jackie Young from outside. And the Aces, another three.
It's just so pretty to watch. A well-executed pull-up. Young working it to perfection.
Gray outside. From the arc. Offensive rebound. Reiner's shot is good.
Not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
And it'll happen again and again if they don't put more effort into boxing out.
And that's what it's all about, Brian. Rebound, effort.
Young. And she tries off the glass, but it's no good. Gray brings the double team, expanding her range, and Jewel Lloyd pulls it down. Parker ties with it. He's picked up by Griner, and it's Gray missing.
She may have been surprised to find herself so open. I mean, maybe that's why she missed.
Pow on the wing. Off the mark there with the three. Jewel Lloyd from long range, and another miss by Las Vegas. To the paint. And Gray gets it to go.
Oh, nice size at the guard position at 6 feet. Gray with the ability to score down low.
Shot from the wing. Young's shot is off.
That's exactly how to play her. She's a player the D needs to be aware of at all times.
3 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. And she was camped there in the lane, and she gets a 3-second call.
Substitution on the court.
Chelsea Gray for 3. It drops for her 3rd basket. She's only missed 1 shot.
A polished and reliable perimeter shooter. Gray won't think twice about shooting from outside.
Check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates on the same page.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Dream out in front, up by 6. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter 2. And now the second quarter just getting set to begin. And looking at what we've seen from the Dream, what do you guys think?
Well, we've seen them really get out and establish an offensive rhythm.
And they're finding ways to score, playing well and getting good offense.
Atlanta leading. Now here's Pow Pow. No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. Here's Kune. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Of their last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is smash mouth basketball, guys.
Yeah, they're really imposing their will offensively and getting exactly the kind of looks they want.
Now here's Pow Pow. They lead by 8. That's the biggest margin of the game. Puts up a 3. That's a miss. Her second after 2 shots. Here's Lloyd. Out to Gray. From past the arc. Another field goal for her. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
These are the shots the coaching staff loves Gray taking. And you can see why with these results.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute of play. And here's Ryan Howard from the arc. Wilson in the post. And she banks in the layup.
Few players better than Wilson inside, has a rare combo of touch and length, plus the desire to beat you.
Pass to Pow Pow. And Chelsea Gray is going to pick up the foul. That is her first foul of the game.
First team foul. Into the lineup for Atlanta, Nia Coffey.
And here's Ryan Howard from the arc. Rebound by the Aces.
Well, after hitting those 2 3-balls in the first quarter, it looks like she's cooled down a bit here in the second.
Outside Canada. Pass to Pow Pow. Here's Coffey. It's good, and she makes her first shot of the game.
That's just a great fundamental basketball play by Coffey, fighting for the second chance shot.
And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it, and she'll shoot 1 more at the line. And the Dream making a change here. And the free throw, no good.
A dead-eye outside shooter. Gray's confidence on the offensive end is what makes her so dangerous.
Tipped. And that's out of bounds. Las Vegas will retain possession.
So close to picking that pass off.
Still a nice play, though, to make sure the pass didn't reach the target.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played.
Absolutely no fear, guys. Mixing it up in the paint with bigger players.
Now here is Canada. Quiet so far offensively, searching for first points of the game. A good look for Ryan Howard. Here's Jones. And she battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
And that was some excellent positioning from Jones on the offensive glass, getting herself room to grab the ball and send it back.
Puts it up. The Aces with another miss. Gray with it. Picked up by Lloyd. Jones outside. Pass to Hillman. Now Gray. There's the three. Rebound by Parker Tyus. Trying her luck from deep. Bell can't hit. And just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And here's Howard. Now Gray. Six on the shot clock. Pass to Canada. Cans it from downtown.
Well, the arc isn't Canada's preferred shooting location, but she does have the touch to make it work.
Timeout called the Aces. Las Vegas trailing. And stolen by Canada. Here's Howard. And again, the Dream score.
Well, when you watch Ryan Howard, one thing is abundantly clear. She doesn't need a lot of space or time to get her shot off.
Now here's Wilson.
First personal foul.
He's off on the first.
At the line for Las Vegas, Asia Wilson.
Good on the second free throw. Here's Canada. Pass to Jones. Let's go with a three. Wilson pulls it down.
Hard to figure out why she didn't bury that one. Not a defender near her.
And it's Lloyd missing.
They hold a huge advantage on the boards.
Yeah, they've really dominated the glass, and that's been the key to this lead.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Ryan Howard from the arc. It's hauled in by the Aces.
She's tried to get it going, but the shots simply haven't been dropping for her.
They get the rebound. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Second chance buckets, they're always the result of hard work.
Canada for three. That'll do it for the first half. Dream out in front, up 7. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. Second half about to get started up again any moment. You look at Gray, I mean, she's been playing really, really well.
Her decision-making simply flawless today. Nothing but quality shots from her in the first half. She wasn't forcing anything.
Yeah, but I think here in the second half, they may want her to be a little more assertive and start taking more shots, even the tough ones.
Now Gray, outside Howard, jacks up a three. Rebound by Parker Tyus. And it's the Aces with the ball. 7-point differential. Wilson. Gray, guarded by Canada. The three is up. Another miss by Drew Lloyd.
You can tell she thought that triple was going to fall.
She's just shaking her head after that miss.
The three-pointer off the mark.
You know, she shouldn't miss those, but, you know, it happens to the best of them.
Wilson. And it's going to be 2 free throws through contact on the shot.
First personal foul.
Love how tenacious Wilson is, just daring defenders to foul her on the way up.
She hits both from the stripe. And here's Canada. Pass to Jones. Picked by Jones. Here's Howard. Gets an open look and hits. Here's Las Vegas. They trail by 7. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Dream.
Yeah, that pass seemed to catch her off guard, and it simply clanked off her hands.
Canada with it. Pass to Gray. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Canada. Over Gray. The shot by Canada, no good.
Man, and they're 1 for 4 to start the second half.
Here's Lloyd. He drains the quick shot.
You don't see too many players anymore score from this area, but Lloyd has an old school feel to her game.
And the Dream call time here. Here's Canada. Pass to Howard. Reiner with the screen. A 3 from Alicia Gray. The Dream again can't hit.
Their offense scuffling a bit in the second half. Just 1 for 5.
Here's Wilson. It's rebounded by Atlanta. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to Howard. Fires the 3. That's all good, and that's her 5th basket of the game. She's shooting 5 for 11 now.
Well, when you look at all the different ways that Howard can score from all 3 levels, you just imagine that there's going to be many, many nights like this for her.
Oh, some quick retaliation right there, huh, guys?
Yeah, it sure didn't take them long to go and get those 3 points back.
Tipped away. Stolen by Chelsea Gray. Lays it in off the breakaway.
Oh, this has been Gray's game so far. She's scoring at will and putting on an absolute show.
Pass to Jones. Here's Griner. She tries for 3. Wilson pulls it down. And that one's good.
Defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And if they don't start showing some aggression, things are just going to get worse.
Now here's Canada. Outside Howard. Good, and Jordan Canada gets the assist.
She's putting on a commanding performance here. She's now hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Gray, no good.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds.
And that hard work on the boards needs to continue. That could be what swings this game.
The Dream making a switch here.
Number 2.
Now here's Howard. 16 points for her. Reiner inside, working on Wilson. Reiner's shot is good.
Not afraid to play rough and rugged. Griner shows the ability to power through contact.
Wilson no good.
Not her best performance scoring the ball thus far.
Pass to Griner. Chalk up 2 right there.
Nice low post offense.
Las Vegas trailing. Chelsea Gray for 3. It's good for her 8th field goal. She's attempted a dozen shots.
She's really picking up where she left off in the first half.
Now Jones. A 3 from Alicia Gray. Drains the 3-pointer.
And it's pretty hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these 2 teams today.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the stats monitor, there's a stark discrepancy. When you look at the assist column, And you see that difference as far as fluidity in their respective offenses, too.
And stolen by Asia Wilson. Nice move. He drains the three, but let's see. They may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball.
The previous play is under review.
But it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if she released the ball before the buzzer.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And they've seen enough. The basket will not count. The quarter had come to an end before the shot.
Yeah, it's still important to have a second look at it. The technology's available, so you've got to utilize it.
And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first three quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Dream out in front, leading by 8. And we'll return shortly. Hello, and thanks for joining us again. The fourth quarter of play should begin in moments. Great for 3. Misses the hole, now shooting 8 for 14.
Good job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
You have to rebound to win, and that's exactly what we're seeing tonight.
Well, despite her ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options.
Pass to Bell. Now Lloyd for 3. And it's Wilson with the foul. That's foul number 2 for her.
Well, Lloyd loves to punish teams from downtown. She'll take that shot whenever she can.
The Dream making a switch here. Now Gray. Takes the 13-footer. A rebound by Parker Tyus. And here are the Aces now. It's a 5-point game. Kept alive. Pass to Bell. Now here's Gray. The trade. A rebound by Hillman.
Aces foul. Parker Tyus. First personal foul. First team foul.
About 1 minute played here in the fourth quarter. And here's Walker Kimbrough. Here's Pow Pow. Drills it from outside.
Their three-point shooting really since halftime has been about as good as you could ask for.
And now's the time for them to step on the gas pedal. You know, put your blinker on, get into the fast lane, and keep firing those deep balls and build that lead up.
Watch the speed limit, though.
Number 42, Brittany Griner.
Now here is Canada. Deep Alicia Gray. She can't get that one to fall.
Personally, I am shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. She makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Lloyd with the bucket.
Knocking down shots, it's really what Lloyd does. An instant spark offensively in the backcourt.
Now here is Canada. To the wing on the left. Fires for 3. Sinks the triple.
She can be forgotten in their offense sometimes, but the D, you got to keep an eye on her still.
Kelsey Gray for 3. The rebound by Brittany Griner.
So many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's how true in this one, Tim.
Yeah, Brian, their effort on the glass, it has given them the advantage. It's made a difference without question.
Kelsey Gray for 3. And another miss by Las Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, she has been way off the mark this quarter. It is getting rough.
From outside the arc. And again, Atlanta with the triple.
That's just great ball movement.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with a purpose. The D has not been able to keep up.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Lucky she was off.
I just hope that was a mistake by the D, because if that's how they plan to guard her, they're going to have serious problems.
To the inside. Pass to Parker Tyus. Stolen by Brianna Jones.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Right side Canada. And here is Jones. Good. And Jordan Canada gets the assist.
A throwback big. Jones is all about operating inside, never really takes threes.
And the Aces call time here. Here's Wilson. No good. Unable to end this run. Pass to Canada. Jones. Now here's Gray. Covered by Lloyd. Now here's Howard. Back to Griner. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
That just adds to what's probably already an insurmountable lead. I think they'll be leaving here with a win.
Yeah, hard to imagine any other outcome than the one that's staring us right in the face.
Now here's Gray. Pass to Griner. Here's Jones. Covered by Lloyd. Here's Griner. Tries a three. Wilson pulls it down. On the wing, Jewel Lloyd. Gray defending.
And that's a lot of rebounds for a player who's not the biggest player out there.
Here's Canada. He's still feeling it. Howard, that's good.
And Howard continues to deliver on the offensive end. The defense is lost. They don't know what to do.
Here's Gray.
Atlanta foul. Second personal foul. First team.
And she knocks down the first one.
The one for your Las Vegas Aces.
And so she makes both from the line. Here's Pow Pow. Pass to Walker Kimbrough. And here's Caldwell.
Aces foul. First personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution for Atlanta. Number 12, Nia Coffey.
Inside. And she finishes nicely on the layup.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
They are just not backing off, and they're going to close this one out in style. What a surge.
Give them credit just to finish this one off.
Pass to Pow Pow. Here's Caldwell. Up top, Walker Kimbrough. Got a piece of it. So no problem for Atlanta as they get the win. So that's going to do it for this one, folks.
Thank you for coming out and supporting your team. Please take care to get home.